welcome back to the show. Here's part 2 with the first step.
Day two, we're pumping a little gas, and then we're hitting the road. Secret spot on the way. I could tell you where it is, but we'd have to kill you.
I'd like to tell you something about my friend Steve.
All right, yeah, shut it down.
No. Steve's a good person, a good, compassionate person. The end.
Comfortable with this thing. We're playing Rivalry's Showcase. We've done it the last 2 years, ever since we've been on Rivalry. It's gotten better for us every year, actually.
Rivalry puts out our records, and Kyle Whitlow does a show every year, and it's always great. And playing the Gilmn is so cool because, you know, it's an independent club, but it's also like, you know, just it's a piece of hardcore history, you know. It's like CBGB's of the West Coast, you know. And it's a great vibe, and that's kind of the plan. We're gonna hook up with some quality people like Carl Cordova will probably make an appearance, Sarah Plant, got some good dudes from Seattle down, and guys from Get the Most are here. Larry's gonna be on the scene. It'll be a good time.
When we played last year, we had an insane reaction, probably one of the best we've had on the in the United States ever. I'd even say it was pretty bonkers, like start to finish that whole set.
Hey, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Came to see the first step and everyone else. Just flew down here today. Ran into some random people at the train station. They drove us down here, so already pretty excited.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. We drove about 9-10 hours to come up here. First Step's one of my favorite bands. I'm just really excited to see them.
I'm from Redding, California. Drove about 2.5 hours to get here. Stoked to see the First Step and Allegiance. Pretty much the First Step put my faith back into youth crew. It kind of burned out, but they brought it back with what we know.
It doesn't really matter if you're from a scene where you got a lot of bands and a lot of kids, or if you're from some small dumb, like podunk little town somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. What you build and what you do and how hard you work makes something important, and it makes it special to you. Numbers don't mean shit.
when I play live, I don't like to think. I don't like to be like, oh, is this in tune, is that in tune? Like, you have to do that some, and is this happening? Is this person going to stage dive into me and all? To me, an ideal show is when it all just kind of happens right before your eyes, and you are kind of a witness to it, as opposed to someone who is thinking about what's going on. It's non-conceptual, so it's almost like meditating for me.
So when you play, you just get in some kind of higher zone. You're maybe not even aware that you're going off.
I'd say that I'm completely focused without thinking, which is like normally when you focus on something, you have to think about exactly what's going on. It's like I'm focused without it being focused on this or that. It's just kind of like all happening. You just kind of lose your mind, and that's why I like live hardcore a lot of times.
How important is Sarah Plant to the First Step weekend?
Integral, and I'll tell you why. She provides a sense of humor and a level of perversion that you need to keep a level head on some of these long drives and whatnot. She made food for us this morning, and she let us shower, gave us a place to stay, and we hung out and walked her dog, which was really sweet. Yeah. Yeah, it was honestly out of control. Like I've been to this to the Gilmn, a ton of times, and I've never seen it this packed. I heard from Naoma from the Gilmn that the capacity's 220, and there was, there had to be 700 to 800 people here. When we were playing, it was so incredibly packed inside, and then when we were finished, I went outside, and I heard from other people that there was almost just as many people outside as there were inside. Like, it was just so incredibly too many people. So it was an awesome show. It was a really, really awesome show. Just like, even though you're not really supposed to stage dive at the Gilmn, like, people still like managed to get a few stage dives off, but crawl across the crowd, just huge sing-alongs. And then by the end of the set, like the very last song or two, people pretty much just stage dive out the wazoo. So it was awesome.
You're out of here, right? You just gigged and now it's like over.
Yeah, it's not even a complete whole weekend, really. It's these 2 shows, but we got to hit the road. We got to get back to more pressing issues. It's like here, there, and everywhere.
So this weekend, almost like as quick as it starts, it's like over already, pretty much. I mean, you're headed to the airport like in a few minutes.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, these things are quick. You're in and you're out.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the nature of hardcore. Like, I mean, whether you look at bands, and unfortunately sometimes people don't stick around that long either. Like a trip like this just kind of reminds you of that it's like to really appreciate the good times you got. I mean, we're here at this fest and we've got like, at least 20 to 30 people that we know and we know pretty well and that you get to see and hang out with. It's like a big family reunion. but it's over just as quick as it starts.
Overall, how would you rate this weekend with some of the other West Coast weekends you guys have done?
A+++. It was 100% awesome. I really couldn't ask for anything more, except it was a little longer. It was kick-ass. All in all, just great time.
I think we forget actually that like that's really the point of playing hardcore music, or just kind of like revolutionary type music anyway, or like rock and roll or anything, is that you should really have something on your mind, something to express, something to say.